Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beast Central. I'm Adam and the name of the channel is still pending. So I am recording this video literally a couple seconds after finishing the previous video. So bit unsure on whether the name's changed or not, or will change, but at the moment, to my knowledge, it's called Battle of the Beast Central. The first video which I'm doing on the christening of this channel regarding the new name is actually running down to everyone here what the rules of Battle of the Beasts are. So throughout Battle of the Beasts, I'll give a brief history as well, make it an actual video. So Battle of the Beasts started 5 years ago when I finished reviewing the old generation of Beast Quest with series 1 to 13, and Lucas suggested an idea of doing a completely fictional fight between one of his favourite four-legged beast and my favourite four-legged beast. At the time, his was Silver, mine was Trillium. And then he asked if I narrate a fictional fight between them. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. Sounds like fun, completely imaginative, which I have none of. So we did that, and I enjoyed it. Silver won, so a bit upset about that. We did a second one, which was Convul vs Komodo. I was rooting for Komodo, he was rooting for Convul. I hosted, Komodo won. Rinse and repeat that formula for a couple of times with beasts that fit a certain criteria matching up together. And then after the 5th video, we decided, why not just make it into a whole tournament and then just see which one's the final beast standing. So with that, that's how Battle of the Beast was born. From a simple idea of fan-made fights to what is now a tournament which is taken very seriously from the creator and the editor. So, so what we do there is that Lucas randomizes matchups between beasts which are participating in a certain tournament, and then puts them together, sends me the list of the matchups, and I host the battles when I can. And each series has been upgraded to be better and better. And whilst I'm not doing a tournament that's as big as the previous one, I will be doing tournaments on this channel regarding regarding a certain aspect that each beast shares. So that might be Water Beast, Fire Beast, Ice Beast, Flying Beasts, New Protectors, Era Beast, because they didn't participate in the old generation tournament. That's how Battle of the Beast started, and that's how it'll be going. Originally, what Lucas wanted to do as a rule, which I shot down immediately, was he was wanting, when we turned it into a tournament, to have Silver be the final opponent which any of the beasts face. I was confused about that and thought, no, if we're doing a tournament, we need to do it fair and make sure that every beast fights fairly. So I shot down the idea and said, I'm not doing a tournament where the first beast that won a fight is now the final beast that is going to be faced. I understand Silver was Lucas's favourite book at the time. This was before he did Jakara, so yeah, it was his favourite. And whilst I respect that, I personally think it would be unfair to host a tournament where the final beast is one that only beaten one beast quite easily, might I add. So it's just not worth it. And then I decided, no, it'll be a proper tournament, professional, in professional standards, we're going to do it right. And that's what we did. And then over the course of time, rules started coming into place, and some rules, the rules I need to follow, but also making it clear to you guys what the rules are. There have been times where I may or may not have broken the rules, whether it was before the rules actually existing, or if I forgot about that certain rule at the time, but these are the rules now. Rule 1, each fight is an actual fight and will be done as a fight. So that is calling me out on one of my battles I did in the first tournament in round 1, where Vigrash took on Karaka. In that video, I didn't even do a fight and just said of how obvious it is for Vigrash to win, and said it's just not worth doing. And after that, I got bombarded with messages from Lucas saying of how unfair and unjust it is to not do that fight properly. I never changed it, but I learnt my lesson and didn't do it again. And it was kind of surprising to see Lucas actually stand up for Karaka. He doesn't even like Karaka. At the time, he didn't anyway. So to see him actually stand up for Karaka, it told me that, hey, yeah, what I did wasn't a good idea, and I'll leave it at that. Rule 2, no resurrections. There are some beasts here, like Epos and Faura, which can resurrect themselves. That rule is that ability is banned from the tournament. And that is for the simple reason of, well, it's kind of unfair. If you can't kill a beast, then they're going to win automatically, which is just not fair. So I use that as a way to just say, hey, no, that's too overpowered. I need to nerf this beast. There are other beasts which I've nerfed as well to make a bit weaker, one of which is actually Thoron. Thoron the Living Storm is a thundercloud, so I put an orb in him which kind of controls his whole mass, and if that gets knocked out of place, he starts swirling around out of control like gas normally is, and when it's destroyed, the gas dissipates and Thoron's dead. That's what I do for Thoron. That's how I can get rid of Thoron. I'm not saying I don't like Thoron, I'm just saying I need something to take him out easier because it's a bit situational how to take him out. Another thing regarding nerfing beasts, ghost beasts. They can only attack when they're in their physical form. If they go into their ghost form, they can avoid attacks, most of which, just ones that don't send out a radiating aura of poison or radioactivity or heat. But if they're ghosts, they can avoid most attacks, but they can't attack at all. Same with move very fast. Like they can float, but they can't fly or run. They can just float, so they'll be slow moving. May have gone against that in the All Generation tournament, but that's the rule now. Might break it in the future, but rules are meant to be broken, so it will be an accident though. There are a couple other nerfs which I've done to beasts, which I will explain when/if I get to them. Other things to mention is that when you win a tournament, you don't participate in another tournament again. You just sit in the Hall of Fame and just stay there. So any winners of previous tournaments, that is Torpix, Raksha, Wardock, and Jakara, they're not participating in any other tournaments, and that rule will stay in place. That rule I made up when I done this tournament, when this tournament turned into a tournament, let's say. Other rules consist of one round of Battle of the Beast needs to be outside of the combat arena, and normally it's either one of the first 3 rounds. For the next tournament, it might be the second round, maybe. Don't know yet. Haven't decided. But one round has to be outside the combat arena, so the combat arena can rebuild after calamity and tons of compensation. I feel sorry for that landlord. Just knocked the phone. Okay. There are other rules as well, which aren't coming to my head at the moment, but the main ones are no resurrection, 1 round outside of the combat arena, winners don't participate again, and that's pretty much it, because I like to give freedom, obviously, to some of the beasts that fight here. So give them some creativity, give them some arcs where they can be evil, heroic, or even like the Absorbaloff from Doctor Who. So, and that one won. So I do have creative freedom when doing this, but I just thought it'd be a good idea to just address the rules where they are now. If I'm missing one, I apologize, but I don't think I am, because there are like not many rules at all. You can't attack the spectators. If they get hit, they get hit, but you need to be making sure you're aiming for the beast. But no repeat winners going into the tournament, so none of that. No attacking when you're a ghost. No resurrecting. I should have wrote this down. what the rules I said, that I try my best to follow them. If I don't, I don't, and that's just an accident. But I do try my best to follow them, and that is pretty much all I need to say regarding that. That's how Battle of the Beast came out. That's where we're currently at now, and we now have a channel fully dedicated to Battle of the Beasts. So that would be fun. Most of the time it will be me doing the videos. Sometimes Lucas may do a video. It'll probably be a ranking of some fights, but I don't know what he plans to do regarding videos on this channel. But for the most part, it will be me that you'll be looking at. So yeah, that is pretty much all I need to say regarding the rules. Sorry that I can't list them all off right off the bat now. But the main one is resurrections. That's the main one which I need to make sure I don't break, as well as actually giving the beasts a fight, because they all deserve a fight. Even Karaka deserves a fight. So that's all for this time. If like you saw, don't. Actually, no, I'm not even going to do that outro, because quite frankly, it's not really much of a video either. So till then, peace out.